Hey everyone, and welcome to my very first monthly podcast where you learn all about Snowflake news. This is the unofficial Snowflake News Podcast. I am your host, Augusto Rosa at Archetype Consulting, your guide through sometimes complex world of data technology. Today, we're talking and taking a deeper dive into what's Snowflake rolled out in March 2025. There's always a flurry of activity in that world, and I'm here to help you make sense of it all. I'm using a helpful summary from my blog post as a starting point. We're also pulling a lot of details from the official notes because let's face it, reading all the release notes could be a full time job. So, what was big in March? The AI stuff seems to be everywhere these days. And yes, Snowflake added more AI features. To be fair, they've been adding it for the last year at least. Snowflake Cortex, their AI product, saw quite a few updates. One that looks really useful is Cortex Complete Structured Outputs, which became GA. What does that mean in practice? Imagine you feed Cortex a bunch of unstructured text and maybe some customer reviews or support tickets. Instead of just getting a summary, you can ask it to extract specific pieces of information and them into a neat table like structure. Like pull out the product mentioned, the sentiment, was it positive, was it negative, and the customer ID from each review. It is about turning messy text into unorganized data automatically, incredibly powerful for analysis. No more manual parsing. Related to that, they also announced Cortex Power Object Descriptions. It sounds like AI can actually help automatically generate descriptions for your tables, columns, and other database objects based on the data they contain and how they're used. That is documentation help, don't you think? Anyone who's ever inherited that database with zero documentations knows how valued this could be. How does call underscore XYZ underscore final V2 actually mean? I don't know. Do you? Maybe AI can tell you. Hopefully. There is also expanded file format support for Cortex AI parse document function and made the OCR mode generally available. So getting text out of images or PDFs and into Snowflake for analysis is getting easier too. Lots of focus on making AI practical, extracting structured data, generating documentation, handling different document types. It's really good stuff. What about developers? Anything in the Snowpark crowd? Yes, Snowpark got some love too. A big one is notebooks on Snowpark Container Services hitting GA. Let's break that down. Snowpark lets you use languages like Python, Java, or Scala. Container Services lets you run your containerized applications within Snowflake. So, notebooks on SPCS means interactive Python or Scala notebooks running directly inside Snowflake's secure environment using containers. You got it. It provides a familiar interactive development experience like Juniper notebooks, but tightly integrated into the Snowflake data and security models. This could be great for data scientists and machine learning engineers who want to explore data and build models without moving data out of Snowflake. It sounds like it streamlines the workflow quite a bit. Any other developer focused updates? They also made resource constraints for Snowpark optimized warehouses in GA. This gives you more control of how much compute power you specifically in Snowpark jobs can use, which helps manage costs, prevent runaway jobs from hugging resources. There's now support for application metrics within the Snowpark Container Services, helping developers monitor the performance and the health of their containerized apps. Better control, better monitor makes sense for production workloads. It feels like Snowpark is finally really maturing as a platform within Snowflake, moving beyond just running code to providing a more complete development and operational environment. Okay, so we covered clean rooms, we covered AI in Cortex and Snowpark. What about the core database stuff? Any interesting SQL updates or performance boosts? There's always. Performance is the constant focus at Snowflake. The release notes mention search optimization improvement specifically for queries involve scalar subqueries and also for columns that use specific collations, which affect sorting rules. This might seem small, but they make common query patterns run faster without you having to change anything. Invisible speedups are the best kind, don't you think? Anything new added to SQL itself? Yeah, a neat little thing called the new spread operator. It looks like two asterisks. It lets you expand on an array into a list of individual values within your SQL. It's a small synthetic sugar that can make working with arrays a little bit cleaner in certain situations. Super convenient. Anything more substantial? Yes. On the preview front, we're testing increased maximum size limits for data types like varchar, variant, array, object, up to 128 megs. That could be significant for people working with much larger text documents or complex JSON structure directly in Snowflake. 128 in a single field is massive. It opens a lot of possibilities. It does. And for data governance, automatic sensitive data classifications went in GA. Snowflake can now automatically scan your columns, identify things like email addresses, credit cards, and other PII information, and even automatically apply tags or masking policies. That's huge for compliance and security. Automating PII detection and protections takes a huge burden off a manual process and reduce risk, and it's easy to implement, like almost everything in Snowflake. And related to understanding data usage, access history feature now tracks joins explicitly mentioned in queries. So when you look at which tables were accessed, you can also see where they were joined together, giving a clear picture of data, lineage, and useful for impact analysis. If I change this table, which queries that join it, that table will be affected. Exactly. There are also updates to replication. Schema level replication for failover groups is now in GA, giving more granularity into the replication of entire databases and little usability things like collapsible navigation bar in the Snowflake UI. Finally, we end up with data clean rooms. I mentioned that you can now easier set up via the marketplace, right? What about companies want to collaborate on sensitive data, maybe advertisers and publishers or different healthcare organizations, setting up a secure environment where they can analyze combined data without actually exposing the raw private details can be tricky. Making the setup simpler, like installing an app from the marketplace, lowers the barrier of entry significantly. It means less technical headaches, so more people might actually use it. And the improved error message, also huge for debugging. Instead of just query failed, you might get something pointing towards a specific permission issue or problem on the template logic. Saves time and saves frustration. Remember obfuscated provider templates? That is interesting for companies building solutions on clean rooms. They can sell or share their analysis templates without giving away their proprietary code or logic. Protect their secret sauce so companies can use the template to get benefits, maybe insights into an ad campaign effectiveness, but the company that built the template protects themselves and their intellectual property. Though it is key to remember the user needs the enterprise edition for this. Amazing. There's also other little bits like change to the default caching to ensure fresh results and new limited API role. They all point towards making clean rooms more robust, secure, and user friendly in different situations. Plus, enhanced cross-cloud support across multiple accounts in one org really opens the door for larger companies operating in hybrid environments. So, the clean rooms got some serious attention. Wow, this was really a lot to digest today for the last month. It really shows how Snowflake is pushing forward on multiple fronts simultaneously, collaborating with clean rooms, intelligence with Cortex, developer experience with Snowpark, and strengthening their core platform with SQL performance and governance updates. Super impressive, right? I believe so. March was clearly a busy month for their engineering teams. It covers everything from making basic tasks easier, like navigating the UI or understanding error messages, to enable complex new capabilities with AI and secure collaboration. It really underscores that Snowflake isn't just a data warehouse anymore. It is becoming a broader platform for data engineering, machine learning, application development, and secure data sharing. Keeping up with these release notes is crucial at leveraging all their potential. And you couldn't find someone that agrees more. And hopefully, our chat today helpful make you these updates a bit clearer for everyone listening. That's the goal. Well, I think that covers the highlights from March 2025. It will be interesting to see how April brings. Indeed, thank you again for tuning into the Unofficial Snowflake News Podcast, everyone. Join us for next time as we continue to explore the ever evolving world of data. See you then and follow me for more updates.